Well, hey everyone, and welcome to Cavalier Insider. We're joined here by Daily Progress sports editor John Shiflett and Daily Progress executive sports editor Jerry Ratcliffe. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we want to talk about the big game tomorrow versus Duke. Virginia hosting the Blue Devils, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And guys, I guess we'll just start out with the fact that, hey, Virginia is here playing for something here in November. You know, they're right in the Coastal Division hunt. This is certainly a unique thing, to say the least. I guess we'll start with you, Hoots.
It's got to be refreshing for Virginia fans. They're actually playing in November with a reason, and not just to finish out the season. And that's I think I wrote a couple of weeks ago, they remember November. Well, so far, this Virginia team has given them something to remember in November. Here they are, just a game and a half behind Virginia Tech, and if they win out, they're the Coastal Division champions and playing in the ACC championship game, chance to go to the Orange Bowl. I don't know what the odds are of that happening, but it's got to reinvigorate the Virginia fan base, I would think, to know that those things are within their grasp.
And John, we were talking about the exercising of the demons with all these, back-to-back road wins. That's huge for this team.
Yeah, Mike London in his second year has really done a lot of cool things for Virginia that they haven't done in a long time. They qualified for a bowl for the first time since 2007. They won in November for the first time since 2007. They won back-to-back ACC road games for the first time since 2008. Just a lot of things that haven't happened here in a long time. And I know the fan base is really, really hungry for a winner, and so far Mike London's delivering that. And Virginia's got a chance to win an ACC Coastal Division championship if they went out with 3 games to go. And if you'd have said that before the season, I think a lot of people would probably give you a weird look.
And while we're talking about exercising demons, there's one more demon, a Blue Devil, that they have to exercise tomorrow. They've lost 3 in a row to Duke, and this is one that they really have to win.
And Hoots, I guess Mike Rocco is a guy we got to talk about here. 2-0 since he was, named the real full-time starter here. His confidence seems to, has been good since then.
Yeah, and I think that was totally expected by most of the observers who follow this team closely. It's, the old saying is if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 quarterback or a quarterback. And if you look around the country, that seems to be the case. I've seen a lot of teams struggling with a 2 quarterback system, and I think Rocco feels a lot more comfortable. He says he feels like he can get in more of a rhythm and have a flow for the game. I just think in football, I've heard that it's not that big a deal to have 2 quarterbacks. They change point guards and stuff like that in basketball. It's not the same game. It's not the same thing. I think you got to have a leader, a guy that people can rally around and believe in out there on the field. And it's natural that it's a quarterback. And I think Michael Rocco has exhibited a lot of natural leadership. I just think it's been healthy for him, the offense, and the whole football program.
And, John, one thing we got to talk about is UVA's secondary and their pass defense heading into this game against Duke's killer V's. How huge is that going to be in this game tomorrow?
It may be the key to the game. Duke doesn't get a lot of publicity because they don't win a lot of games, but they have a really, really good passing game. Sean Renfrew's thrown for a ton of yards. They've got 2 really, really good receivers, Varner and Vernon. And Virginia's secondary is going to be tested. They've been tested a lot. Miami threw the ball deep on them several times. Maryland tested them deep, and you can bet pretty surely that Duke's going to throw the ball a lot tomorrow. So Minifield and Nicholson are certainly going to have to be ready to be challenged over the top and then underneath.
Well, do we have any final predictions here, guys, for tomorrow's game? Putting you on the spot here.
I think Virginia wins by 10 points, maybe 2 touchdowns. But I think a lot of it, as John pointed out, is going to be the key. The key is going to be stopping that Duke passing machine. Only 12 teams in the country have thrown more passes this year than Duke, and Virginia has been a little susceptible to that. I think Virginia's going to win if they can shut down the underneath passing lanes. I think they'll come out with a win.
And John?
I agree with Hoots. I think Virginia wins the game, 10, 12 points. Virginia needs to run the football really well again, keep that passing offense off the field, and control the clock. Don't make mistakes, don't turn the ball over, and I think Virginia's going to get the win, go to 7-3, set up a huge matchup with Florida State the following Saturday.
Wow. Well, it'll be interesting to watch. Thanks for joining us, guys.